The return of Trump's presidency marks a pivotal moment in the United States history. As number 47 president, Trump's policies and actions in 2024 and 2025 will shape the nation's political, economic, and cultural landscape. Now, everybody, let's talk about why President Trump's win in 2024 means that America will become great again. One of Trump's core campaign promises has always been revitalizing the American economy. And how is he going to do that? Well, it's going to be pretty simple. Here's what he will do. He has tax cuts, and Trump has proposed a Tax Cut 2.0 plan aimed at reducing taxes for the middle class and, of course, businesses. Supporters always argue that such measures will spur job creation and consumer spending, but critics warn of an increased federal deficit. Talk about deregulation. Well, another priority for Trump is scaling back regulations on industries, particularly in energy, finance, and manufacturing. Deregulation, he believes, will reduce costs for businesses and increase economic productivity. Infrastructure investment, for instance, is during his campaign, Trump promised significant investments in infrastructure, including roads, bridges, and broadband. This could create jobs while addressing long-standing infrastructure issues. But immigration has always been a problem. Immigration has always been a cornerstone of Trump's political platform. His 2024 presidency is unlikely to deviate from this focus. Trump's border wall, for instance, is going to restart construction on the U.S.-Mexico border, using federal funds and seeking private donations if necessary. This aligns with his America First agenda to curb illegal immigration. Deportation initiatives, enhanced enforcement against undocumented immigrants could lead to increased deportations. Critics do worry that this could lead to human rights abuses in disparate communities, but who really cares, because Trump is here to make America great again. Asylum policies, well, Trump's administration is likely to impose stricter rules for asylum seekers, making it harder for migrants to claim refugee in the United States. Foreign policies, well, under Trump's American foreign policy has often been unpredictable and focused on America first, like always. His 2025 presidency will likely continue this trend. Starting with his relationship with China, Trump has frequently criticized China for trade imbalances and intellectual property theft. His administration may actually impose further tariffs or sanctions, escalating this tension between the two. Expand specifically the Abraham Accords over in Israel and Middle East. He wants to make new peace agreements between Israel and neighbor nations. Additionally, his administration could adopt a hardline stance against Iran, possibly reinstating sanctions. For NATO, though, Trump's skepticism toward NATO could lead to renewed debates about member defense nation spending. He may also focus on bilateral agreements rather than multilateral partnerships. There's another reason why President Trump actually wants Denmark. Trump's interest in Denmark, particularly during his first term as president, stemmed from a unique geopolitical and strategic perspective. His expressed interest in purchasing Greenland, for instance, an autonomous territory of Denmark due to its strategic Arctic location and abundant natural resources, well, it's because Greenland offers access to critical shipping routes and untapped energy resources, making it a potential asset for both economic and military purposes. While Denmark has rejected the idea, the proposal highlighted Trump's broader approach to leveraging real estate and geopolitics as tools to advance U.S. interests. His focus on NATO spending and bilateral agreements might suggest that he values relationships with countries like Denmark for their role in regional security and economic partnerships. Also, for Israel and the Middle East, for the Israel-Palestine war that's going to happen, well, Trump is going to try to fix this the best thing he can. Healthcare reform, he has been continuing to issue about Trump's political career. He doesn't really have a lot of ideas towards healthcare besides this one fact. He wants to repeal the Affordable Care Act. Trump has long criticized Obamacare, and his administration may pursue its repeal. His proposed replacement will likely focus on health savings accounts and increasing competition among insurers. Approach might include introducing more flexible insurance plans and reducing federal oversight of healthcare markets, aiming to lower costs and expand consumer choice. While lowering drug prices, Trump's administration could aim to reduce prescription drug costs by increasing market competition and regulating pharmaceutical pricing practices. For digital appointments, here it is. Trump's impact on the judicial system could expand significantly this year. Conservative appointments. If any Supreme Court vacancies arise, Trump will likely nominate conservative justices, further solidifying the court's rightward shift. These appointments could have long-term implications for rulings on abortion, gun rights, healthcare, and federal authority, reinforcing a digital philosophy centered on originalism and textualism. Federal judiciary, his administration could prioritize appointing judges who align with conservative values, influencing rulings on things like abortion, gun rights, and environmental regulations. For environmental policies, Trump's approach to environmental issues often prioritizes economic growth over ecological concerns. For energy independence, we'll expect policies that will actually expand fossil fuel production, including drilling in federal lands and offshore areas. This administration may also support coal and natural gas projects. For climate, Trump wants to withdraw from the U.S. international climate agreements and reduce participation. He emphasizes national sovereignty over global commitments, which I support and I agree as well. Technology and innovation advancements are actually critical to maintain the U.S. global's competitiveness. Trump's administration will likely focus on infrastructure and regulatory frameworks for emerging technologies. 5G expansion, accelerating the rollout of 5G networks be a priority, with policies aimed at reducing bureaucratic hurdles and fostering public-private partnerships. For AI regulation, Trump's administration adopts a hands-off approach to artificial intelligence, aiming to promote innovation over caution. But for vision of education, his aligns with conservative values, emphasizing parental choice and local control, which I support as well. School choice, for instance, instead of Joe Biden and Kamala Harris pushing not school choice, Trump is for promoting charter schools and voucher programs to receive federal support, enabling parents to opt out for private or alternative education. And Trump has advocated for patriotic education, which may involve revising curriculums to emphasize American history. All in all, we know one thing also as well. Trump is big with media and communications. With social media regulation, TikTok is still up for sale. Trump's administration might attempt to regulate social media companies, but most likely he won't. For actually voting election laws, while Trump's focus on election integrity has been a recurring theme, he could see legislative efforts in this area. Voter ID laws, like Trump may actually push for stricter voter ID requirements to address claims of voter fraud. For space explorations, well, Trump is also going to Mars and lunar eclipse. His administration might prioritize manned missions to the moon and Mars, assembling to reestablish American dominance in space once again. And with the help of Elon Musk, this is possible, because Trump's second presidency will not only be about implementing policies, but also solidifying his legacy. However, he faces significant challenges, including Democrats, Joe Biden, Kamala Harris, and Nancy Pelosi. Scrutiny over his past actions in navigating a deeply divided nation doesn't really matter, because Trump's presidency will likely exacerbate political divisions even more. And issues like climate change, well, they're pretty much gone. International conflict, they're gone too, because Trump is president. For accountability, we know that Trump is here to make things better again, and he will take full accountability for everything.